Today's gonna be an interesting day for streaming. The stream just cut out right at the beginning, so I'm gonna do the intro again real fast. I am Tim. I am here to show my body transformation over the year. My goal this year is to stay away from doing any sort of supplements, any protein supplements, any BCAAs, any sort of workouts, supplement for building muscle. I'm not opposed to supplements. It's not like, oh, like these are bad for you and don't do them. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. My reason for staying away is I've done them for so long. I don't know how much good they're doing me anymore. I don't know if they're necessary for hitting my goals. And the second reason, which is the bigger reason, one of my kids started preschool this last year. Preschool is not cheap. So cutting out taking supplements was an easy way to save $100 a month, and that's $1,200 a year. So nice little bit to save if I don't spend money on supplements. All right. That being said, today I'm doing back, and I'm going to start off with deadlift. I'll warm up for a second with some 10-pound dumbbells. Hopefully this stream stays up. It's already gone down once. Hopefully there's no more problems. We'll see. AT&T had a lot of problems yesterday with their network. I saw an article this morning where it just showed an AT&T employee at a store, at their regular cell phone stores, just looking very distraught as a small group of people were in front of them. And they're saying that a lot of people were going to the AT&T stores to demand answers for the outage. I just felt bad for that guy. And I get going to the store to find out, like, hey, can I find someone to complain, especially if you're trying to call and you can't find any way to complain. Totally get it. But at the same time, that guy at the store that's an hourly employee is not going to have all the answers to be able to affect change. I always think it's funny when people are complaining to the lowest rung and being rude to the lowest. I don't think it's necessarily funny, it's not the word, but people are complaining to the lowest rung of any sort of corporate company as though that's going to affect change, when you probably would have to go like 3 layers up to even have your complaints really looked at. But they're very content. And it's the part that sucks about customer service is a lot of people will be super rude to the hourly employee, and then when the manager comes out, even though the manager is probably more responsible for whatever the general issue is, they get nicer to the manager, and then they get nicer to his boss. It's, you know, and you can say like, oh, it's because they got all their venting out to the first person and they're a little bit calmer, but they just, I don't know, people just have no problem being rude to the lowest person. And I've been all of those positions. I've been I've been the hourly employee, I've been the supervisor, I've been the manager, and I've watched as people give you more respect for each rung of the ladder. But it's just weird because the higher you go up, the more likely you are talking to a person that has more responsibility for the issue. You know, you should save your ire and anger for the guy that's 3 layers up, not just vent it to the guy below. It's always interesting to me the status symbol of a suit can affect such a great change on people. One of the things I appreciate about my life is I've worked from being a guy that cleans toilets to a guy that handles hundreds of thousands of dollars and is responsible for, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and seeing how I'm still the same person, but how much people's approach to you changes based off of what you're wearing. What's up, Bowser? Just talking about how weird people can be about how they treat people better based off of attire. what you're wearing when you go to work. Just how silly it is. And sad to see. The funniest thing about when you wear a suit is when I, first start wearing a suit to work. A lot of times in my life, especially, you're not making enough money to go out and buy a really nice suit. You're buying the cheapest suit you can that looks good. You're getting it tailored by the cheapest tailor, and you're just fulfilling the requirement of wearing a suit. But people will look at you in that cheap suit, and on average, people's response to you will change from whatever else you wear. You put on the suit, like I've noticed. I used to work in malls, and if you're wearing a suit and you walk in the back of the house, even if it's a mall you've only been to once, you're not known to anyone there, but you can walk in the back of their house, behind the halls, and security will walk right past you and never ever question why you're back there. Take away the suit, put on some jeans, put on a t-shirt, and absolutely security will be like, well, why are you here? And what's funny is your jeans and t-shirt that you're wearing, shoes, can be more expensive than the suit you're wearing. So the money side of it doesn't even matter. I was working at a place with a dress code, and it cracks me up that you had to have a collared shirt on to get in. And this one guy comes in, or is looking to get in, and I don't know why we put such an emphasis on, oh, it has to be a collared shirt, but this guy goes in and gets stopped by security because he's got a t-shirt on. And say you can go, it's at a place with a gift shop. You can go to the gift shop and you can buy a collared shirt from there if you want to come in, but you can't come in without a collared shirt. And it's just crazy because the guy was wearing what had to have been $1,000 boots. You know, his hat, his cowboy hat, really nice hat, was probably a couple $100s. It fit nicely. Everything about this guy was expensive, but he was wearing a T-shirt, and that T-shirt was enough for them to be like, "Oh, you don't belong here." It's just crazy. Clearly, this guy has money. He has a whole group of people with him. He's going to spend a lot of money. He's there to have a good time. He's put on a very expensive outfit, and just the collar alone is going to be the reason you tell him he can't come in. And he can go and buy a $45 collared shirt from the gift shop and be right back. And I would have been really surprised if his T-shirt wasn't more expensive than the collared shirt, even. It's just such a weird hang up to me. And the funny part about suits is that if you get caught up in the suit game and trying to elevate your status via your suit, there's so many like hidden rules and codes about how you wear your tie, what color tie you wear, when you wear what colors, you know, what cuts you have in your suit. Like, if you're not like born into that privilege, there's so many ways that people at the top will look down on you based off of what you're wearing and know that you're not part of their club. So like pursuing suits and looking top notch, but if you're doing it to somehow make yourself feel better about you, it's a very bad game to fall into, because there will always be someone to point out that you don't know or don't belong there. If that's your pursuit, if that's the way you're pursuing it. Oh, dang it. I'm supposed to go to 60 pounds. Missing weight. Like, that felt really easy. All right. It was supposed to be, the last one was supposed to be 60 pounds, but I forgot to didn't put on enough plates. Now we're at 60 pounds. That's where the real fun begins. And at this point, if I want to, when I'm ready to move up in plates, I need to go buy 4 more 10-pound plates because I can't fit any more 5-pound plates on here. That's exciting. Or I have to start using a bar. Anyway, if I start using a bar, I need to buy more plates. I'm reaching the height of what I can do with what I have. That was definitely harder than the 50 pounds. You wouldn't think it though. I know, probably like 50 pounds should be harder than 60 pounds, but it's not. 60 pounds is definitely harder than 50 pounds. Seven more seconds. All right, here we go. Bowser, I had a weird dream last night. Not super weird, but I dreamed my brother-in-law was supposed to be bringing by his Tesla, which is weird because my brother-in-law doesn't own a Tesla. I don't think he ever would own a Tesla. I don't think he likes them, but he was bringing it over for me to check out. So I walk outside, and there's the Tesla parked like right at the front of my driveway, blocking my driveway. It's got its door open, and the keys are there. I was like, oh, he must have gone inside I'll go ahead and drive it around the block, take it for a quick test drive. So I do, and when I get back to my house, the police are there with my neighbor, who's not even my real neighbor, but they were upset, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And like, you stole my Tesla. I didn't steal your Tesla. Um, there's been some confusion here, and I explained the situation, and the police were fine with it. But my neighbor was just so upset, and it was like, "Well, why did you park your Tesla in front of my house and leave the keys on the seat? Like, that's a weird move. Obviously, you shouldn't like park your car in front of someone's driveway and leave the keys there. Period." But it was a really weird portion of my dream. You ever have weird dreams, Bowser? Dream a lot? I dream a lot. I'm a very vivid dreamer. A lot of dreams, a lot of weird dreams. Hmm. gotta check my workout there for a second. That's why I like to write down my workouts as I do them. Somehow, when I put my workout into my phone, last week I put that I did a lot more sets than I actually did of this. And this is getting like hard, and I was like, man, like I really do this much last week. I had down that I did 8 sets of 10 at 60 pounds, but I only did 5 sets. I like to try and break. I like to try and do a little bit more each week. So because I said I did 8 last week, I was going to do 9 this week. But I'm doing it, I'm like, man, there's no way I did 8 last week. It's already starting to be a little bit of a struggle. I was like, no, I only did 5 at 60 pounds last week. So I'm gonna do one more. Make it a nice even 6 for this one. And that's why I have to write things down. You can imagine how lost I would have been in that era where you couldn't write things down this freely. When ink was scarce and writing materials were scarce. I wonder if my memory would have been better or just as bad. I would have been completely lost. All right. Going down to 50 pounds now. This morning, I said before, I was reading an article that was talking about the cell towers or the network for AT&T going offline, and I was reading like AT&T said it was a software update that caused the issue, and they fixed it. And they're like, but it absolutely wasn't a cyber attack. Some people postulated it's not a cyber attack. It's a perfectly innocent software update. And just reminds me so much of like Monty Python. A lot of like the stuff in the media today reminds me of Monty Python. There's absolutely no cyber attack, just an update. Don't look over there. Don't think about it. I wish Monty Python was still going strong and making fun of today. You could find an endless supply of material. All right, 50 pounds. Now, if you've never watched Monty Python sketches, I highly recommend it. You'll have a lot of fun. Monty Python is great. If you want a really good laugh with something that's a little bit more modern, but still 2 years old or a decade old now, you should check out Australia's sketch show. Thank God You're Here. It's a really funny improv. If you like improv, they take the actor and they put them in a scene where everyone has already established characters and um, scene's all established, and it's a decked out scene, and they go into the scene. They're told like they come through like thank God you're here, and they have to start reacting to what people are saying and figuring out who they are in the situation, try and have proper responses for the questions and handle the situation. It's pretty funny. You ever see the one where the car is crashed to the wall? It's a really, really good one. Lots of fun. Australians can be very funny people. At least the ones on TV that are comedians. All right. Going to crank out some rows real fast. I'm running out of time. Tell you one of the things of moving up to the 60 pounds on the 60-pound dumbbells on the deadlift is it's like making my hands a lot tired, a lot more tired. Like doing this with the 50 pounds, it's not my back that's getting tired as much as just my hand. It's getting harder to keep holding it. I'm like having to focus on my grip a lot. But it'll get better, right? Just keep plugging away. The body will get stronger. And it'll all get easier. So I think the hardest part of being Superman, not me, but Superman, is not being Superman. It's walking around as Clark Kent and pretending to be weak and pretending to like it's not easy for him to do things and then not break stuff. Like I feel like obviously no one near as strong as Superman. Sometimes I'm supposed to be delicate. I screw up and I put too much strength in something and I'll break something. I just can't see how that's not a huge problem for Superman. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I am out of time for the day. This is my last exercise of the week. Thank you for coming. Oh man, I am super excited. As much as I love doing this, I'm super excited to sleep tomorrow. I have been getting slowly sicker this week. I feel like yesterday, I feel better today, but yesterday, around like 3 o'clock, I started feeling really bad. Just lightheaded. But was able to power through that. This morning I woke up not feeling as sick. So I'm hoping tomorrow, with sleeping in, have plenty of time to not be sick. Thanks for the teddy bear doctor. That's cute. God, man, it would be really cool if teddy bears were doctors, at least for kids. That would be awesome. It'll probably, with AI, go that way at some point, especially because all like doctor visits or a lot of doctor visits where I'm at, they try to do all virtual visits unless they need to see you or see something. I bet you with kids they could do a lot of like swapping in a, yeah, a dog or a teddy bear face for the doctor's face. It'd be super cute. Avatars for all doctors. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bowser. Hey, I really appreciate you, Bowser. Appreciate you hanging out with me today. It's really cool, you. It's fun to have you there. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you all have a good weekend. And God bless you.